Huh? Dig! Huh? Huh? Dirt!
Hey now, and welcome down to KC Toy Reviews. We are here today with the Future Warrior T-800 by Present Toys. And if you're not familiar, the T-800 is a specific version of the Terminator endoskeleton model, which obviously in front of us is based off the Arnold Schwarzenegger old school Terminator. And well, unfortunate to say, this figure has a little bit of good and a little bit of bad. And if you're at all curious what that is, well, then let's go ahead and look to your left and right, hold each other's hands, and dive right the hell goddamn in.
Ooh, come on in.
All right, so here we have it again, the Present Toys T-800 Future Warrior. And again, if you didn't know, in front of us, the version that you see is the Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator 2. Probably, in my opinion, the best of all the Terminator movies. And that's right, I said it, it's better than Part 1. And yeah, Part 1, we got to see the endoskeleton probably in its fullest form for the longest time. I think you really only saw the endoskeleton Terminators in the future as far as Part 2 went. But nonetheless, Part 2 was an absolute masterpiece. I do hope that Present Toys comes out with a T-1000 so we can pair these guys side by side with one another. But as far as the figure on hand, they did a pretty damn good job. One thing that I will immediately note that as soon as I did the unboxing, he does have some weight. So whatever type of body they used underneath it felt like quality due to how heavy it was. Now, I'll be honest, I was actually almost a little annoyed at this because of how easy they come out. But these were die-cast little bullets that... Oh my god, he's going to fall, the bullet's going to fall, holy crap. But yeah, you do have these die-cast little bullets that came with him here. They go into the gun there, the grenade gun, whatever the hell the official... Oh my god! Whoa! Check my ding-dings. Almost saw... Anyways, back to the bullets here. Each one of these you can take out individually. To be honest, I actually found it rather annoying. I think it's cool that they're die-cast as far as quality goes, but if they were plastic, they would have been a lot lighter, and then they wouldn't have fallen out as easy, because as I was kind of tinkering with him earlier, some of these were falling in and out constantly around downtown. Now, next up, let's go ahead and hone in on the head sculpt. I think initial observation with the glasses on, especially through shot, well, it doesn't look that bad. I see Arnold Schwarzenegger. The paint application on the skin is actually better in person than it is on camera. The hair is okay. I mean, it's basically just straight up 3D printed, slapped on there. There's not too much gradients or shadowing through the hair. It's just a pretty much straight, flat brown paint, which is just a little strange because the paint application on the skin is actually fantastic. But I guess the star of the show, drum roll, in my opinion, is without the sunglasses. Here we go. Brrr, dun 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 dun. Or dun 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 dun. I was going to say, are you ready? But that's not what he says. I'll be back. He'll be back with the sunglasses, that's for sure, because dun 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 dun. Hello there. I see you. Hey there, creeping in on me behind the camera. Whoa. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe I'm making a little bit more of it than it actually is, but something about that head sculpt, well, from right there, actually right there it looks the best. See what I did there? That was a bad joke. Anyways, I don't know. It's not horrible. I just think it is something to be desired. It basically looks like the likeness of a Todd McFarlane or something off the shelves in Target. And again, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just, it needs a little bit of work. It just needs a little bit of work, Present Toys. And the other thing, whether this is odd or not and a good or bad thing, it's basically on just like a weird straight peg there. It was super easy to get on and off, yet a little bit too easy sometimes. So as I picked him up, if I grabbed the head a little bit too much, boom, head would pop right off. But it is something to certainly note had you thought about doing any type of customizations or upgrades to this guy when he got in. Yeah, let's go ahead and slap those glasses back on because that weird, goofy caveman eyebrow look is just creeping me out. With the glasses on, it doesn't look that horrible. And next up, a few notes that we could probably do right in this shot. Getting the gun in and out of the hand was very easy. As far as this accessory goes, There's really no weathering or shadowing or anything throughout there. Again, maybe somebody doesn't care about anything like that, but I've seen some other guns, especially in recent reviews of mine, that were just way better detailed than this thing here. And even I'm picking up through the camera there, see where my thumb is, a little bit of a white chip on the paint there. So, I mean, Present Toys, come on, the quality there. We got a little chip. I've literally have barely touched it. So we have a chip out of the box, and then just, I don't know, like I said, just some weathering or shadowing throughout here could have just kicked it up a notch in the quality department and the detail. And then really quickly, just to kind of show off the other gun here, we do have this here. I'm going to be honest, I thought this thing was a piece of crap. The way you kind of moved it back and forth here, it kind of got stuck as it's already happening in shot here. So you almost have to click it down in the back here. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it now. My thumbs are too big. So now it's stuck like that. It just makes no sense that these 1/6 scale makers are trying to make themselves so fancy and look like, oh, we come with a little die-cast gun and you can actually cock it back and forth. Hey, I'm going to hate to break it to you. None of us are actually doing that. The minute I put it in his hand and put it in my DTOF, I mean, it's probably going to stay like that for 6 months to 6 years. So you're only doing this for like the kind of the 1% of people. You don't need to make these guns. I think it actually had a clip too. Look at this. Look at this. It doesn't even make sense. Why would you need a clip in this? What am I going to be, like, playing with this? I guess if you were playing with it, yeah, I'm taking out the clip. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Oh, I'm out of bullets. I mean, come on. It doesn't make any sense to be able to take out the clip, cock this thing back and forth, which it's stuck now. Just an absolute ridiculous task to do all that. I mean, I would say, hey, as far as engineering goes and them pulling it together, I mean, it's kind of cool, but it wasn't pulled off and executed well, as you can see here. And the same thing with that last grenade launcher. This has a really flat, straightforward paint application, no weathering, no shadow on it. This is, dare I say, this gun here is a piece of crap. And I'll have it in one of the last shots, but I just wanted to show this off here a little bit close up here. His minigun, obviously super cool looking, but same theme going throughout. Straightforward paint application on this, very flat. No weathering, no detail, anything throughout. It doesn't look horrible. It has a decent weight to it. This is so close to whacking this guy's face whoosh, in the background and knocking him over again. Sure, everybody will love that. As we also see here, this leather jacket is given some pretty good flexibility throughout. I'm not sure if it's leather, pleather. I'm bad at that stuff, but it looks really, really nice. As far as the quality is, I mean, take a look at that. It has super, super nice quality on that thing. Hold on, let me sniff. Oh, whoop, that got really creepy. I wasn't actually sniffing. Everybody always says to sniff it, see what it smells like. That just sounds super creepy. Hey, it's me again. Hey, it's me. You sniff my jacket? So anyways, all creepiness aside, back to the articulation. I mean, yeah, I was actually rather impressed. As you can see, pretty decent bend you can put on the arm there. Pair that with this pretty loose jacket on top there. Yeah, actually rather impressed with the articulation on the top. Now it's going to be the same thing down here at the leg. Again, rather impressed. We have double jointed knees down here. Pretty good flexibility in this leather pant leg down here. The only horrible articulation, dare I say, was the boot. There is no split cut or anything on this boot, so it is pretty much wherever this sits, it's going to sit, which is pretty disappointing. I mean, I don't know. The way the boots look overall, nothing to complain about. They look pretty nice. It's just as far as articulating them, it's pretty stiff going down here. It's the only disappointing part as far as articulation on the whole piece. Grr. And if anybody cares what the Terminator's ass looks like in his backside, I mean, I guess it does kind of show off the nice tailoring that Present Toys does. They always do have decent tailoring. For some reason, sometimes in the quality department, they're not the greatest, but tailoring, this is pretty nice. And I would say the overall quality on this leather suit is, dare I say, stellar looking. I mean, this is awesome looking suit on this guy. And then underneath, I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time, but this is pretty nice too. Obviously, I mean, I feel some padding or something underneath here. But yeah, this t-shirt, whatever the hell we have on here, is pretty nicely tailored. Pretty good quality. I mean, I'd probably wear that in real life if it was giant size, aka, I mean, human size. As you can see, these bullets are starting to fall out again. And last up, we have a branded stand. So we have the official T-800, which is the model of the endoskeleton underneath him. And I mean, as far as the stand goes, there's nothing to rave about. It's pretty straightforward crotch grabber on here, which I do prefer crotch grabber. We all like the crotch over the waist grabber. Chant it with me. We love a da crotch. We love a da crotch. We love a da crotch. Okay, that got way out of control. Anyways, the stand in front of us is a decent crotch grabber. I mean, it's the most basic of stands. The only thing that I kind of harped on was the actual print on the bottom. I mean, it's almost like, it reminds me of a long time ago when I used to print stickers off my printer at home. It's not horrible by any means, but you can just tell the quality on the sticker of the stand is just, I'd rather have a painted like metal grate type stand or something, or some concrete with the Terminator versus this thing. But it comes with a stand. It's better than nothing, so I'm not going to complain. I guess I did complain a little bit there because the stand's not the greatest I've ever seen, but hey, it comes with one. It has the Terminator. It has those awesome red eyes behind him, so it will have some decent presence on your shelf. And there we have it. Future Warrior T-800, a.k.a. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, by Present Toys. Now, as we start to wrap this up and slap a score on this guy, some final closing notes. For starters, I gotta say, Present Toys is clearly dominating the movie category. We have the Terminator, just recently they announced an Aliens Ripley toy, I have the mask on my shelf, and a plethora of other fantastic releases by Present Toys. Secondly, this is version A of B. Yes, that's right, there's going to be two versions of this figure. The version in front of us, the clean version, and then a battle damage version, which on the chest and face you can see part of the endoskeleton T-800 underneath. Very excited to get that one in hand, and dear God, please somebody out there make a full 1/6 scale endoskeleton. I think right now just to get a Hot Toys version, the plastic one from the piece of crap Terminator movie nonetheless, is like $500 or something. I gotta imagine having a 1/6 scale endoskeleton Terminator on our shelves has to be very sought after by the community. But anyways, the figure at hand was pretty damn good. He has some good weight. The leather / pleather, whatever the hell we're going to call it, on him was fantastic quality. I mean, I sniffed the hell out of it, but I'm not sure what it is in the end. We have a decent amount of accessories, as we've seen throughout. I mean, the paint application on all the guns is nothing to rave about, but if you take a couple steps back, especially to the untrained eye, they look pretty decent. As this guy spins in front of us, he looks badass. I mentioned before, he has some decent weight as well. Pair all that with some actually really good articulation. I mean, there's not much to complain about on this release other than the weird looking face head sculpt once you take those glasses off. Because again, personally, when the glasses are on, I think it looks pretty damn good. I see Arnold Schwarzenegger, I see Terminator 2. It's not the best head sculpt in the world by any means. Yes, there's a lot of improvement to be had, but decent paint application on that skin, decent likeness. The hair is, I dare I say, actually a little crappy. The back of the hair looks awful. Could have used a little bit more detail in the hair, but that's a small, minor gripe. I think overall we have a fantastic version of Terminator 2's Arnold Schwarzenegger at a decent price. I think it's like $220 for this guy. I mean, the Hot Toys version has probably a lot more than that. And side by side, I think that you would find there's probably a lot more upgrades and quality on this figure in comparison to the old Hot Toys. I think lastly, the only two complaints again are just that head sculpt once the glasses are off, and the boots. If there was some type of split cut or something to allow a little bit more articulation, that could have been great. Let's say it again. As this thing spins in front of us through the lens, it looks badass. I mean, Terminator 2, in my opinion, is probably one of the best movies of all time. James Cameron's masterpiece will live on forever. And if we can get an affordable T-1000 to pair with this guy, I mean, I'll poopy all over my kadoopy. You heard that here today. I will poopy all over my kadoopy if we get a 1/6 scale T-1000 that we can scale with this guy. So with all that said, I think it's a great time to segue to a score on this guy. And well, honestly, I gotta go what's in my gut and what's coming to mind. It's an 8.9 out of 10. My expectations were actually exceeded. Present Toys doesn't have the greatest track record, forgive me for saying that, but in the quality department, there are some issues. But what spins in front of us is pretty goddamn fantastic. And being that this is from a childhood movie that all of us love and remember, to have this on our shelves at an affordable price with great articulation, fantastic quality clothes, great tailoring, and a bunch of accessories paired with a decent, Amazon basic 1/6 scale stand. Honestly, you cannot go wrong. I bet you this will sell out, and I bet you it will increase in price. So with an 8.9 out of 10, I highly suggest getting this piece before it does sell out and increases. But like I mentioned, there is another version coming that you can see a little bit of that endoskeleton and Terminator underneath, which I am very excited for. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here today at KC Toys with an 8.9 out of 10. Present Toys, Future Warrior T-800. Probably going to drop something when I do this. And if you've seen my videos, you know what's coming. Catch you guys next time.